So, hi, thank you for being part of Start Global. And maybe we can start with a small introduction. Who are you?
I'm Robin.
And what are you doing in life?
I do Robin Capital.
Perfect. And because you are an investor, what are the 3 most important criteria that you consider when you are investing in a startup?
Trust, integrity, principles, values. It's very human. My approach is very human. I think the 2 things I do is I come from growth equity and I'm a founder. That's like the 2, that's how I review it. One is I want to foresee a mutual past that we have together as a founder. As founders, I'm a founder myself. I've embraced the pain. And so I want to, one, make sure we have the same values and trust, that we trust in one another. And if the journey gets hard, and the journey will be hard, that we proceed it together, and now we can be in here for the next 15 years and potentially even become very good friends, and I can help you and be with you in the trenches. And 2, for a certain extent, I'm also a former growth investor, so I would come in a little bit later, so I need to visualize at least where this road gets to. And it's not so important, you know, Albert Einstein, he says, imagination is more important than knowledge. It's not about that I know this is going to happen. I don't know what's happening. I don't know what will happen tomorrow. But I need to imagination that this company has the potential on top to go a certain way. So these are the 2 things I think that are important to me, not 3. There's probably 20 more, but this is 2 things that I care about.
Perfect, thank you very much. And what aspect of running a business that you find most rewarding beyond financial success?
Winning a business?
Running a business.
Running a business,
Yes.
Most important other than financial success?
Yes.
I would argue the same, the values, the vision, the mission. What is the impact you do, you know? Maybe it's on ESG, maybe you care about diversity in your company, maybe you care about fair salary, maybe you care about doing something good in the world, maybe you care about social backgrounds of the people you are hiring, maybe you want to make this world a better place itself by being a good leader in the company or by creating something that has a big impact. But ultimately, it's doing good at the time in the moment. You know, you go down to the beach. There's the guru, and there's thousands of sea stars, and they're all dying because there was a storm and they can't breathe. And there's this little girl, and she throws the sea stars back into the ocean. And he says, "What do? You can't help them all. They will all die." But she says, "But for this one, it makes a difference." You know. So I think if you just proceed on good values and principles in a company, and if you stick to your good values in a company, you can't do much wrong. And then you just proceed to build something preeminent.
Thank you very much. And why do you think that some people should participate to Start Summit?
The why. The why can bear anyhow. Nietzsche, no? Friedrich Nietzsche? Yeah. I think coming here, obviously, is a unique opportunity. It's growing. I was here last year. I'm honored, and it's my pleasure to be back. I think it's a unique vibe, and it's this community that is building, and we all work in a business where things are here for the next 20 years, being me as an investor, being you as potential founders, building something great. So it's a hub for sure, and it already has established, and now the question is, where does it grow to? But for now, coming here and being a part of it is a support to the ecosystem and community, and it's a lot of fun too, and it's great people.
Thank you very much. Maybe a last question from my part. Can you give us an advice that young entrepreneurs or maybe young investors can use it in our professional life?
I said it earlier today, I think, when someone asked me, but I think be stubborn and agile at the same time. You know, have high conviction, be reflective, but then at the same time be resilient and persistent and patient and go your way. So you want to ask yourself, but at the same way you don't want to get off the path you're following. Trust in your heart and your soul and where it's guiding you, and it's you're not competing with no one. The only one you're with is you and God, or the universe, or the ether. And yeah, follow this direction and your heart, and you will do good.
Thank you very much, Robin.
Be like water. Bruce Lee. I hope it wasn't too many quotes. Did you like it?
Yeah, of course. It was,
Yeah?
it was amazing.
10 on 10? Okay, good. Maybe I can use the video then. You will share this video one day?
She'll just have some questions also.
Oh. lässt mich nicht gehen oder ich soll mich nicht gehen lassen?
Ich lass dich noch nicht gehen.
Du lässt mich noch nicht gehen? Das sagen sie alle.
Ist noch so gut. Should I just start?
Yeah, you can start.
Okay. With your background in founding and advising startups, what darf ich nochmal?
Yeah, we'll cut. Don't
You
worry.
can do it again, all over again. Cut, cut, cut.
Nervös.
Bist du nervös? Ich bin auch nervös. Ich bin total aufgeregt. I'm nervous myself.
Okay. With your background in founding and advising startups, what strategies have you found most effective in building and nurturing strategic relationships within the startup ecosystem?
I don't want to repeat things all over again, but it's very similar to everything I said before. Unfortunately, I think if you are authentic as a person and a human being, and you are your true self, and you speak the truth, and you are rooted in your core of what you want to create and build, and this is the vibe and what you're bringing out there, and then you're already part of a community by building something, by going out there, by working with team members, by having co-founders, by raising money, by hiring people, by being part of a startup, and so on. You're always part of an ecosystem and the community anyway. And if you follow this and you go in there with this authenticity, you will succeed over time, because maybe some people don't like you, will not like you, and maybe some people will not like your startup. But it doesn't matter. You knock a lot of doors and you will find the person or the path that is meant for you, and that's the right person. It was so much better than everything that was not there at the time. And you want to have high conviction at the time, so in retrospect you never regret. You know, high conviction at the time, you don't regret. So just take care that it feels right with your gut and your soul, on top of your brain and what you think. And with this feeling, and sometimes it's okay to sleep and take 24 hours, and then you grow with the community, and think of it's a very long journey. Life seems short, but at the same time, every time in life has a particular moment that sparks.
Would that also be your advice for young founders regarding networking? So if they haven't done it before, if they want to get into it and want to get the most out of it, to just be authentic?
You know, authentic is always good, but I also think everyone is different. And you can read 0 to 1 from Peter Thiel, and you will see that there's amazing founders. One are introverts and extroverts at the same time. So maybe the path can be different. Some is selling something in GTM and they are gaining energy from selling, right? And some are loading off energy. I'm an extrovert. I speak a lot with people, but I'm losing energy. So I need to go home and be with myself to reboot myself. And that's okay. You need to learn when to do what. I work at night. Some people work in the morning. And so you don't need to force yourself. What I'm trying to say ultimately, if you build a product that everybody loves, and you care about the customer. It's all about the customer. It's about customer success. It's about satisfaction, customer satisfaction. And you care about this at first, then people will come to you over time, you know? And if you want to be loved, sell ice cream, then don't become a CEO, you know? Or don't, you know, like I don't know who said it, Steve Jobs is another quote, right? So just build a great product and things will come to you, for sure.
And can you tell us about one instance where networking helped you? Like on your path, or where you created this specific connection that you still have until today, or where you met somebody important?
Of course. Look, many years ago, I worked in, I don't know, over 12 years ago, I worked for Axel Springer. I was a trainee. I didn't know much. I worked really hard. It was almost investment banking. I had a tie and a suit, and I went to the high-tech Gründerfonds Family Day. I didn't know many people. I walked around and there was a guy called Tilo Bono, and he had a PR agency called Piabo. And we liked each other, and I wasn't maybe so good at knowing everyone and networking, so we went for a walk and we get to know each other, and we are friends since then. He has always supported me. I learned a lot from him. And when I raised my fund now, he was the first person who gave me money. He said, whatever it is, Robin, here's my money. Because he trusts me, because he has followed my route for such a long time, my path, and now time has come where he could actually be part of it, you know. And now we did, he has a very nice apartment, and now we did dinner at his home. This is one, with the Robin Capital founders. This is one particular example, but what I learned over time is it's not the quantity of me running around doing networking. It's ultimately a real connection with a real human being that you potentially and ideally go a lifelong way with, and who then, when time comes, supports you, or you support them. I think life is about, at first you need to get your shit under control yourself, and this can be enough for a lifetime, and if you haven't solved it, you will be reborn to solve your problem. But if you have to a certain extent solved it, then the rest of your life is be rooted, and in this root you support others. So life is about breaking the ego, and with this we can be at service to others, and you just need to figure out what's your gift. Picasso, I make another quote, yeah, life is about finding your gift and sharing it. So you find it, and then you're at service to others, and you're at support. So when I do Robin Capital now, all I do is I'm supporting at the moment. I'm not maybe changing the world, I don't know, maybe the founders do, but I can be at service. And so I found a real connection, and people are supporting me, I support them, and with this energy, it's all coming back.
Thank you very much. And as a last question, is there anything you would like to say to the startup community or to young founders in particular?
I'm so proud of you. I'm in awe with you, and you have all my respect. Embrace the pain, resilience, patience, perseverance. Don't give up, I love you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.